Sup guys, this is the beginner's guide for the Last Caretaker that will make your experience way smoother and help you to avoid some really annoying issues that are in the game. Let's go. The first things first, you would like to go into the options into the game and enable autosave to 5 minutes, as low as possible, because the game crashes sometimes, and if it does, well, you would like to have the recent save, because by default it's on 30 minutes, and can you imagine losing 30 minutes of progress? Not nice. Now let's talk about enhancers, the build, the stats if you wish, which you would like to get. Personally, I found Whole Mastery to be the most efficient and most needed, because you will have to carry a lot of stuff, and it's so hard and so heavy that you will be overweighted all the time, so this is nice. Another one, which is really good, is battery. It's increasing your internal battery. That means that you can use your everything more. Hauling things around, using the flashlight and everything requires a lot of battery, so investing into it will allow you to store more energy and will not be so easily swayed out by lack of energy. This is really good. Then you get improved hydraulics that will allow you to carry heavier things with your hands. Sort of, not really hands, but you know, technology, which is good, but then again, it's not top priority. Engineering will just, I think it just lowers the consumption of power to build stuff. It's not consumption of the resource, the cost will stay the same. Battery, yeah, we talked about that. Pressure, it will be needed at some point because you will get the missions to go underwater. I don't know how high it should be, you will figure out later, but early on, I advise you invest into the Whole Mastery, hydraulics, and battery. Vitality is nice as well, but most enemies are not so dangerous. If you have issues with taking too much damage or you're scared, you can do that. I invest a little bit into this as well because I'm a pussy. So yeah. Then you have the scrapper that will allow you to repair and dismantle things faster. Very situational because when you build something, it's okay. Very situational because you usually have enough time to do that manually, but up to you. Power management is good as well because it lowers your overall consumption. It optimizes your build so you don't have to recharge that often, but it's more of a quality of life as well. Or for long expeditions where you need your battery. Field magic, I have 0 in it because you usually have enough time to heal in the buildings. Shock absorber might be good at some point, but I decided that I don't need it right now. I'd rather load because I need Whole Mastery, battery, and hydraulics more. So those are the enhancers that I've got. Now let's talk about the skills. Obviously, the first stuff, dismantle tool is no-brainer. I didn't get additional electric engine and boosters because I found most of the stuff somewhere lying around on the platforms. Might get them later. The priority for me was electric cable extender, those are no-brainers. Solar panels and wind turbines, those are really good. Electric pistol is a lifesaver, it's good against the enemy hordes, really nice weapon. Then you get the Durapack that will allow you to store things because without it, you are gone. I don't really get the engine for diesel as well. Don't do consumable battery because I usually have enough power. I skipped all that. I might go for charge injector, that sounds like a good thing. It might help you to heal during the fights and might be good. Diesel generator is needed for producing fuel from the biomass. Fabricator and recycler, we talked about that before, pretty good stuff. I don't do containers too much. Bolt pistol is way superior to electric pistol against enemies that are not being killed by electricity pretty much, so it's way better. Then you get a donk pellet and donk lift once you want to haul a lot of stuff. Oni Spark Cell is a nice backpack that stores some energy, which can be directly connected to your electric pistol, so it will be charged from the backpack. It's pretty cool. Smaller electric generator, I don't need it because we have solar panels and wind turbines. I don't know why I would like that. Small petrol container and petrol generator are needed for the forklift. Don't lift, I'm sorry. I got the better light because it looks cool. Not sure how useful is that. It's pretty powerful though, but consumes a lot of power. Storite tier 2 chest, really nice. Then we get the water cable extenders and water cable when we got to this area. Flamer pistol is pretty much okay, but later on you'll get the flamethrower, which I think is way better. And I think flamethrower is actual rifle because all the weapons before that are pistols and like, yeah, they're actually pretty good for pistols. Then you get some add-ons for your weapons like breacher barrel, laser sight, suppressor barrel. You get it if you have issues with the fighting. Night sight or field binoculars will help. Night sight is actually pretty interesting because it requires quest, so we can't do it to unlock. Okay. Because we use the light, which consumes energy, maybe this one will be more effective. And after that we get food processor, food production and all that. That probably will be used for later game mechanics like growing humans and feeding them with stuff and growing them. Bolt rifle is actual rifle instead of the pistol, pretty cool. And over here you have the backpack for petroleum that can be used with a flamethrower. So I didn't got that far, and this is not a beginner area anymore, I think, because by that time you will actually learn how the game works, so I don't want to spoil too much stuff for you. Then some basic stuff that I learned way too late. You can take this mooring from your ship by pressing E and connecting it at the dock space. That will pull the ship closer to the dock, and you can easily load, unload, and kind of communicate, interact with your ship as much as you want without worrying that it will float somewhere away. Now you probably know when you move around and you go to some specific waypoint, milestone, or other location, you can just point in the right direction, put up the throttle, and let the game go, release the navigation, and do whatever you want, build some stuff on your ship or something. But what you really want to know is how to properly dock, otherwise you will just hit the mooring point and yeah, it will be annoying. So what I prefer to do is not to go directly to the point where you want to dock, but take it at an angle. That will allow you to kind of slow down a little bit while you're going there and dock parallel to it instead of hitting it right in the face. There we go. That works way better. This way you can be way closer to the docking point and will be able to bring resources back to the ship or off the ship way more effectively. Somewhere at the middle of it, maybe 1/3, you should release an anchor that will slow you down and will allow you to stop before you will sail too far away. After that, just go out and connect the area over here with your mooring point and you are good to go. There we go. Bam, and it will pull the ship right next to this dock. You can use multiple mooring points as well in order to properly dock your ship. So if you feel that one part is a bit too far away, you can use the one at this side of the ship, somewhere in the middle, to properly bring it in. Now let's move to the actual interesting stuff, to the production and looting. So usually when you want to disassemble something, you pick it up and you carry it to your recycler. Yeah, it takes a while, it's annoying, and you need to disassemble, recycle a lot of stuff. So there is an easier way how you can do this. Instead of carrying it around and throwing it over there to get your resources, well, you can carry a recycler with you. Not literally bringing this thing with you, but you can create a new one, construct it where you want it. It's unlocked pretty early at level 4, so you can construct it without any issues at any stage of the game, and it's pretty cheap as well. 1 connector port and 3 alloy frames. Moreover, if you are really early into the game, you can use the dismantle tool on your recycler that's already available somewhere in any base or whatever. Disassemble it and you will get the resources, the full resources to build another one, so you can move it just like that. I'll leave this one standing. So we need 3 alloy frames and 1 connector port. Where is it? There we go. In order to create 1 recycler. Carry some electric cables with you as well to get the production line with you and power and everything. So now you want to disassemble something somewhere, you can just connect the power grid with the cable, bring it where you want it. If you don't have enough distance, obviously build extra electric cable extenders. And then if you want to recycle a bunch of stuff, order the recycler, make sure that you turn it the right way. The thing at the left with the connectors, make sure that you rotate it the right way. The output on the right, the connectors on the left, all the time. And then just connect the power, turn it on, and you can bring the resources. And the cool thing that the recycled resources are way lighter, so you don't have to worry about weight to an extent. And yeah, once you've recycled everything, this one is heavy. There we go. Just grab the resources, dismantle the recycler, and move it forward elsewhere. All the buildings in the game, the modules, if they are close to 100% durability, they will return all the resources you've put into it. So don't worry about that, you will not lose anything, unless it's damaged. If it's damaged, you can repair it and then dismantle in order to, get everything back. Now, sometimes you might find useful loot that you would like to bring with you, but it might be too far away. What you can do, you can bring your dismantle tool and dismantle it over there. You will get scraps that you can put into recycle later to get the resources. The question is, which is more effective? Just putting one of the robots inside of the recycler and getting everything out of it, or dismantle it manually? Will it give the same results? Let's find out. Just to make sure that we're cool, I will deposit everything I have in these boxes, so I will have an empty inventory. We will disassemble one of our volunteers over here, and another one will be put into the recycler, so we can see what kind of resources we can expect from the, recycled robot, or the one that will be disassembled manually and the scraps will be put into the recycler. That's some really good loot from one robot. Let's take it. And this is what we get from one of the robots being recycled by the recycler. Let's put everything in this empty container. Now we dismantle the robot, the broken one, get our scraps, and put them all into the recycler again. Deposit all trash. There we go. Let's collect it, and I feel it's the same thing. Let's take a look. Damn, can we sort it the same way? Inconclusive results. So we managed to get more carbon fiber this way somehow, but we get less silicon, more gold, same aluminum, polyurethane is the same glass, same copper, less iron, and same plastic. I think that there is some RNG with the loot that you get, so probably it's more or less the same stuff. By the way, guys, if you don't have power, you will drain your health instead of the power. That what just happened with me, so be careful about that. Don't kill yourself accidentally. Yeah, we can see that the scrap that we've got has possible recycling output, so I guess we get sort of the same stuff. The final point is you don't need to carry heavy stuff all the way through the map in order to recycle them. You can use your disassembly tool and bring the scrap, and it will give you pretty much the same result. So don't worry about missing out with that. Speaking of resources and dismantling, you will probably wonder where to get titanium and carbon fiber later in the game. And I found two main sources of it. First one, the robots that look just like you, those guys. And the second one are flying enemy units. You can't really kill them yet, but there will be debris, dead bodies of them somewhere around the map, and you can dismantle them. Now, when you can dismantle stuff fast and move it around, you would like to build stuff. And the problem with building the stuff, that you will get stuff from your chest. So we have the quite a good amount of loot over here in this container and a couple of those containers. We'll get to this thing a bit later. And if you would like to build something, you can use anything from there, build the buildings and deliver them to your assembly machine or whatever it's called. So it can use your inventory pretty much. On the ship, you don't have those issues. Pretty much every chest on your ship, I think, will be available from any point of your ship. But on the islands, on the bases or something, when you get too far, you will not have access to your chests. So if you want to build, for example, the electric cable extenders, you gotta be closer to your chest in order to use its resources, which is really interesting. I'm curious how far it should be, so we'll do another test right now. We will build a small container. Dura pack, this one, not close to those things, but a bit further away to test things out. Let's say here. Oh yeah, speaking of building, it automatically pulls resources from nearby containers as well. So if you order some building and get close with the resources, I think it's like this range or something, it will pull it from you and inside of the container. And now we would like to order, let's say, electric cable extender. We can place it even without the resources, so let's order it somewhere far away. Let's say here. I think it's not within the reach of the chest. So we need plastic and iron in order for it to be constructed. Now let's get some plastic and iron and see what will happen when we will get close to it. So now we can see the range at which the resources are getting out of your inventory and into the building to be constructed. And as you can see, This is how far we should be, next to those boxes. All right, awesome, let's dismantle it. Now we'll put the iron and the plastic in the chest. Speaking of chests, you can carry them, carry the containers and everything in them as well. So that will allow you to carry more stuff. I'm actually curious. There we go, it's way longer range. As you can see, the container is here, while our own inventory had to be here in order to deliver resources to the construction area. I want to see if the bigger container has a higher range, but it doesn't seem so. Yeah, chest has the same range, so it doesn't matter if it's big or small container, they all deliver to the same distance, which is pretty good actually. So you can see that it... let's see how long it is. We can do it by using the cables. So if you want to do it manually from your inventory, it's 12 meters. And it's around 20 meters in order to do it from the chest. So that's pretty cool. Now, that wasn't just for showing you that you can carry the containers. Later on, you will get the technology of forklift. It's called donklift in this game with the donk pallet that you can use like I do over here. It requires some tech, but it's extremely useful once you get to the Lazarus project. You can build a pallet with several chests on it and move them around. So you just get in, pick it up, and then carry them to the place where you want to build something, or to your ship if you're exploring the island, for example. So by doing this, don't forget to put it down, otherwise when you open the chest it might fall down, so it will be a bit tiresome. You can actually use those chests in order to get the resources with you and build stuff around it and carry a lot of resources to your production facility, order more stuff, load it in the chest and carry it around. This is very awesome thing to do because it allows you to, well, save a lot of time on carrying things manually. And it will be available at level 5. All you need to make it work is small petrol container, and petrol generator requires biomass that you can put into it and connect it with the fuel to the fabricator, to this red node. And then you can craft those small petrol containers. As you can see, it requires petrol to be created. You can carry it with you and fuel up the forklift, or you can connect it directly to the generator. It doesn't consume that much power. I moved it around a bit and it's still at 98 liters. So it's really efficient way to move stuff around. You can actually take the container with you, put it on top of those things, just like that, and move around with it, so you'll have extra resources with you when you want it, where you want. So that is especially useful when you want to recycle the entire huge area and get the resources out of it. Be really careful though, because you can hit something and everything will fall down. So I'd advise you to kind of save the game before using it actively and make sure that you are good with it. Let's move a little bit more. There we go. So you can use elevators to move it up and down as well. Just make sure that your boxes don't really touch the wall. Otherwise, the physics might ruin it quite a lot. Yeah, like it's happening right now. It was really close, but we've managed. So another tip I wanted to give you, that we will use that tip right now together with the loot that we've managed to get, is that you can disassemble the things that you repair. In this level, we repaired quite a lot of those wind turbines at the top of the building. We don't have plastic, really. And then at some point we decided that we don't need them anymore because the power flowing through this area is not needed for us. Or maybe if you visited the island, repaired some power production over there and you want to take it with you. If you have that technology researched, make sure that it's the case, so you will get more loot from that. And we have the Lumit panel and cyclone turbines. You can dismantle them and get the full resources back and build them elsewhere. We have 3 types of panels over here. One has 50% durability, second 75, and third one 100. And we can see the difference in the resources we get. 2112, 75, 211. This one 111. So 50% durability, has one less solar cell and no alloy frames. It might not be that important as well, so if you are leaving the island, I advise you guys to dismantle important buildings that look expensive to you, so you can just disassemble them, get the resources with you, and use the cables again and use those resources to build the solar panels on your ship or somewhere else. It doesn't matter, but it will save you so much time and effort in harvesting the resources, crafting and all that, because those things are expensive. and it requires a lot of effort to get the resources for. And same goes for cables. They might not be as important, but they require resources, so why not take them with you as well? So yeah, dismantling things is a really good thing to do, because later on you'll be able to build more of those in the places where you want them. And you might not even need to carry the box with you, because the ingredients, the components, they are not that heavy. We also constructed some stuff over here that we can take with us as well, like, for example, this battery. It's really expensive, so we can take it with us. And if you don't have the blueprint for the building, like this fabricator, it will tell you that you will get less resource because you don't have the, well, the blueprint. I advise you guys to have blueprints for all the main buildings, because those resources, they are useful and they will help you out in the future. Oh no! Our pallet is down because I tried to use it without lowering the fork. So that's what happens if you get too greedy. Anyway, now I want to talk about the enemy types. The most annoying enemies and the pretty easy ones are those things. I don't know how they're called, but I call them, I don't call them, they're just annoying. They can be easily killed with melee attacks, with any type of weapon. Electrical guns are really good at them, they kill them pretty fast. And, well, they're annoying, but they drop you some biomass, so it's actually pretty good. Then you get the slime. This one is the light slime. It's attracted to the light. If you have the lights on, it will get close to you and try to attack you. You can turn it off. And if you have other light sources nearby, it will go there. For example, on your ship, you have your headlights, and they will try to, well, to go to that spot and get attracted to that thing. So yeah, they look dangerous. They might be quite annoying if they are in a big group, but if you just let them go and don't put light on them or anything, they will be just here. They don't care about you too much. So they're easy to avoid. They are not that aggressive, but when they clump together, they might be quite dangerous. Lightning attacks don't do that much damage to them. I prefer to use flamethrower or bullets, but it's up to you. They can be also killed with the normal melee attacks, the crowbar or anything, because, well, they are not that hard to kill. They are easy to avoid. You can kite them easily without being killed, especially if you have space for that. And if they are being pulled by some light, it's even easier. There were dark slimes as well. They look dark, and they are afraid of lights and being attracted to the darkness. So they will go into the darkest corner of the room and stay there, but I feel that they died here, so I can't really show them to you. Ah, here they are. I think we... No, those are light ones as well. You see how they get attracted when we get the light out? Yeah. Also, the light, it consumes a lot of power, your flashlight, so make sure not to use it when you don't need it. You're probably curious about those flying things. Those things are called broken angels or angels, I think. They don't really harm you unless you attack them, and, well, they look scary. That's true. And you probably don't want to fight them because they will kick your ass. Let's give it a go. This gun doesn't really damage them, I think. But I tried to use bullets, and that make them angry. Yeah, our electrical gun doesn't concern them too much. And yeah, don't do mistake that I did here by, like, removing power from your main connector, because that will remove the power from the entire building. So this thing should be active at all times. Luckily, one small whisperer can fuel the entire area, so it's not an issue. Yeah, removing that battery seems to be a bad idea, so I probably should have left it there. Also, those guys, they sometimes come in groups and they are active during the night. And there is one... My god, they just suicide from time to time, probably because of the light, I'm not sure. But let's find a group of those guys. Here they come. So they are afraid of light. You can actually use your flashlight to scare them away, and they will run away if you use it at them, in case if you are surrounded, don't want to fight them, or just want to, you know, stay in peace. Another tip, if you want to stay in peace and do whatever you want to do, you can put the light stands around that area, and they will not go there because they're afraid of light. So now we get the better gun. Let's try to fight the angel. There are two of them. They will therefore kill me. Can we try to find a single one? There is one right here. Let's give it a go. Probably, I tried it a couple of times. Didn't went well. There we go. So once you do enough damage to him, it will get aggressive. And by aggressive, I mean very dangerous. And they all attack you at the same time. So it's not like you are 1v1 if you have a group of those guys. So Yeah, I'd say you're pretty much screwed if you make them angry. And that's why you want to back up before engaging in dangerous activities like climbing something high, fighting dangerous enemies and that kind of stuff. There are also other types of enemies like small robots, whatever. They can be easily killed with your electric gun. And this gun is really good against the flying enemies because then it will not try to target something on the ground. You just aim at the air and everything that's there is getting destroyed. Now let's talk about our ship and what we need to build on the ship. Actually, we have some stuff being damaged. That's not nice. We'll have to fix that. For starters, I cleared my deck in order to be able to build stuff here and place those things over here just as a basis. What we really need is a couple of wind turbines and small solar panels connected to your ship, and that's good enough for starters to move around. Then it will be pretty essential to build the fuel generator here because your diesel will run out pretty fast. And running around using all the electrical engine might be a bit slow. So yeah, basically we have two engines. One is the fuel engine, this is the one, and another one is electrical engine. You can see them over here. You can install new cylinders for maximum speed, and I think booster is being used to get the acceleration. I'm not really sure about that, but basically just install whatever you can find over here, and that will allow you to travel faster. Same with the electrical one, but electrical one consumes what? Electricity, so it's infinite because we have a lot of electricity production. So it happened to me once that I ran out of power, and that wasn't nice, but we survived, no problem. We just got to the island, got some biomass, got the fuel generator, that fuel production thing, and it was okay, so don't worry about that. I don't think that there is any easy way to enable electrical and fuel engine, but you can disable them using those buttons. So this one disables the electrical engine, which can be pretty much okay, especially if you have a lot of power production and cool cylinders and stuff. You can also construct additional batteries on the ship and the tanks in order to get more fuel, power capacity and all, because current capacity is okay, but it could be better. And if you want to put something on the top of this thing, you can just climb on top of it. This is actually a good place to build some solar panels or something, so they will not be in the way. Up to you. I won't teach you how to properly build a ship, you know it yourself. So yeah, if you are not in a hurry, you can actually disable the engine to save the fuel or launch it in order to, well, use it. The fuel consumption is right here, it's pretty high, and judging by the map so far all the way to Lazarus Complex, all those areas that I visited, they didn't offer me too much. Well, you can expect fuel from the refuel outpost, probably there are solar panels over there and stuff, but you can, most of the time, you will get just basic resources out there, so nothing really fancy. Each new area gives you some more basic resources to recycle that you don't want to carry to your ship manually because it's annoying. So use recyclers out there and bring resources back, probably using the forklift or something. Although sometimes you will find some cool resources like this, memory. Those things are being used later on to train humans, I think, so they are rare. And you would like to keep them and store them in your ship and probably in the Lazarus Complex later. And this is the reason why you visit other islands, to figure out what to do with that in order to grow humans. But so far in 10 hours into the game, that didn't really help me out too much, and we still need to find some seeds before we'll get the people going. So basically, you don't really need to visit any node. You can go straight to the Lazarus Complex when you get the quest for that and ignore some things that you can't visit. For example, I tried to get to the underground area, I couldn't. Not everything is available to you by default. You probably will need to go back at some point. Or we can actually repair boat from anywhere, just doing this. Oh, this is nice. Alright. Another thing, that every time you kill an enemy or refine the resources in the recycler, you will get XP, so that's the basic stuff. You already know that. You get XP for everything. Just recycle stuff and you're good. Like this old monitor goes here, you get the resources, you grab them, you get XP for the loot. Pretty nice. By the way, you can refine the ingredients for the buildings as well, like alloy frames, like solar cells, to get the resources back. So if you crafted something that you don't need, you can disassemble to the basic resources. It's actually pretty awesome. I just checked. We get the full resources back for those as well, which is Fantastic. And that's pretty much everything I can tell you right now without spoiling the rest of the story and the game, so you can explore yourself. If you have questions, ask them down below in the comments. Another tip, the last one maybe, that if you don't know, you can actually customize the chests using this button. You can change the color of the chest, you can change the name, and you know, get icons here and everything. So you will actually find stuff that you get. I think proximity is when it's auto-releasing the resources. I'm not sure about that. So changing all that is pretty awesome. It will allow you to figure out which box has what, and later on it will be quite useful because you will get a lot of chests everywhere. And before I leave, I think the last tip for you that I've checked on this team, you don't really want to build stuff like I do over here at the very edge of the ship, because I've seen comments of people saying that things clipped to the others like shore or platform or whatever, and they had to rebuild the entire ship after that in order just to sail away. So be careful not to build too many things close to the edge, maybe padding a little bit so your ship won't get stuck, because at this point of the game it's a bit wonky. Maybe it will be fixed later, but for now it's a risk. And this is another reason why you would like to have several save slots and cycle them instead of saving to one all the time, because you might load and get stuck somewhere and that won't be pretty. So yeah guys, that's about it for the beginner's guide and tips for The Last Caretaker. I tried to keep it spoiler free so you guys will explore the game yourself. If you want to see the full playthrough, there is a playlist in the video description. More guides are there as well, maybe. And you can see my live streams on going through the game where I explore things over there as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video to promote it in YouTube algorithm. And thank you very much for watching. It's been Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.